Even the rich and famous have bad days. Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 British celebrities getting offended. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at famous faces from the UK who got offended, riled up, or upset in public. Some will be serious, some will be the celebs having a laugh, but all will be entertaining. Number 10, Alex Beresford. An inconsequential argument about what nickname £500 has in Cockney rhyming slang takes a turn, all thanks to Piers Morgan. While the other presenters start Googling, Piers turns to resident weatherman Alex Beresford, who says he's not a gambler and never places bets at the races.
Why would you do that? Why would you go to a horse racing event and not have a bet?
Because you can still have fun without betting.
No, you can't.
Piers can't fathom the idea of someone going to a horse race and not gambling, and makes fun of him. When Alex wants them to talk about something else, Piers says Alex is only there to do the weather, which according to him is pointless.
Yeah, seriously, I'm really bored now.
You know what, mate? You're doing the weather, so why don't you keep your boredom to yourself?
Annoyed by the entire exchange, Alex gets up and walks off set while Piers calls him a drama queen.
Look at him, little drama queen. Go on, off you go.
Number 9, Naomi Campbell. Though she's arguably still one of the most famous supermodels on the planet, these days Naomi Campbell is just as well known for her headline-making diva antics as she is for trend-setting high fashion. And if she's pressed on a subject that she doesn't want to talk about, she does not take it well, as this ABC interview found out.
Charles received a diamond, and I'm not going to speak about that. Thank you very much.
Here we see Campbell quizzed about an alleged blood diamond she received in the 90s from the former president of Liberia and now convicted war criminal Charles Taylor.
We've been told that you didn't help the prosecution sort of in this very important case.
Sorry. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
And when the interviewer refuses to relent, Campbell takes aim at the camera and leaves. Number 8, Anne Widdecombe. Jimmy Carr has a reputation of being one of the sharpest comedians in Britain today, one for whom nothing is off limits, and especially not making fun of one of the country's most controversial politicians.
Do you wish to speculate on this?
No, I couldn't give a one way or the other.
After being named and shamed by Paul Merton as the worst host Have I Got News For You has ever seen, Widdecombe's sparring with Carr came under fresh scrutiny. Apparently, she just couldn't stand being made fun of and disliked Carr's dirty jokes.
It was that he has the support of...
Take off your glasses, you're beautiful.
It wasn't just Carr she didn't like either. She also got angry with Ian Hislop for interrupting her and with Merton for not being amusing enough. Unsurprisingly, she's never returned to host.
What do TV presenters know about politics?
About as much as politicians know about presenting television shows.
Number 7, Phill Jupitus.
I don't even know what this is about. I bet you know who it is.
Right, you knew what it was when it was over here. It's the same thing, but over there.
Dappy already made a storm when he was lifted into his chair from above on wires, which a disinterested Phill clearly wasn't too happy about. But during the identity parade, Dappy succeeded in making the seasoned team captain walk off the set to calm down when he made a comment about the weight of one of the guests in the identity parade round.
While you're thinking, I should tell you that they were famed for their extremely energetic live shows.
OK, so it can't be number 4 then. Wait,
The show falls into disarray without Phill, not helped by Dappy also threatening to walk off and then leave Charlie Brooker to play the game alone. Luckily, Phill promptly returns, and they're able to work together for the rest of filming.
Do you think I can use Phil's breakdown as a chance to go to the toilet?
Number 6, Lenny Henry. He must have woken up on the wrong side of his bed that morning because the otherwise beloved celebrity wasn't in the best of moods. During a comic relief special, Graham Norton interviewed a slew of famous faces. At one point, when Norton is trying to talk to Gordon Ramsay, Lenny Henry interrupts and starts shouting at the audience for being too noisy, telling them to shut up.
Could you shut up over there, please? It's really noisy.
He even gets out of his seat and walks across the stage to berate them as the other guests and Norton look on in horror.
You have to be quiet. He's trying to make television over here.
Number 5, Cara Delevingne. In a promotional interview for Paper Towns, Cara Delevingne quickly gets tired of her interviewers.
Did you get a chance, the book is taught, I know, in a lot of high schools and such. Did you get a chance to read it, or do you even have time to sit and read? These days you're so busy.
No, I never read the book or the script, actually. I kind of winged it.
They get off to a bad start by referring to her as Carla and quizzing her not about the film, but about her schedule and whether she has the time to read books. As the interview progresses, they end up asking her why she seems so exhausted and irritated.
You do seem a bit irritated. Perhaps it's just us.
No, I think it's just you.
Right as she leaves, they say she's most famous for appearing in a Taylor Swift video, not for all her acting and modelling work. Then they go tell her to have a nap as the interview ends.
Let's tune in and see what you... Oh, they went to bars.
Wow, she was in a mood.
Her offence is arguably warranted. They didn't even get her name right. Number 4, Simon Cowell.
You've actually crossed the line. Good.
You'd think one of the most influential figures in the music industry might have thicker skin, but apparently not. Simon already got quite worked up when a ventriloquist comedian made fun of him with a silly mask, but digs at his personal life are obviously a step too far. When David Williams, who's made most of his career making fun of people, makes a comment about Simon and Amanda Holden having a history together, things turn sour. They're asked in a quiz which other judge is Simon's favourite, and David says Amanda because they've slept together.
David's just finished. He's gone for Amanda because... Oh, David.
Simon tells him he's crossed the line and to get off the stage.
Get out. Just get out. He's sending you out the theatre, David.
Number 3, the Bee Gees. Clive Anderson began this interview by making fun of the clothes the Bee Gees wore in the 1970s, as well as the high-pitched voices in most of their hit songs. But the brothers aren't thrilled by his jokes.
Now, what was that? Because that's perhaps the most distinctive thing now, that high-pitched...
Oh, the falsetto.
That's it, yes, yeah. Were you working with Mickey Mouse at the time?
They get especially touchy when Anderson asks them about the brief period when the trio broke up and about their solo ventures being successful.
Remember we had one at the same time called Don't Forget to Remember, which was...
I've forgotten that one. But,
While Maurice doesn't seem too bothered by the whole thing, he has to follow suit when the other two abruptly leave and remove their microphones.
Oh, I've never had anyone walk out before, but...
we are. Toss-up, pal.
Anderson says he's never had anybody walk out before, and it's certainly one of the most awkward things ever seen on television.
I can't get this off. Well, I'll get it off next year. I'll see you later, Clive.
Okay.
Number 2, Gemma Collins. There's rarely a happy ending on Celebs Go Dating, but this date didn't even have a good beginning.
Mate, you're pissed, didn't ya?
And they've got what to say.
Thank you.
I've been sitting here waiting for you for half an hour.
After a photo shoot runs late, Gemma finds herself more than half an hour delayed getting to her date with Terry. By this time though, Terry's already had a bit too many JD and Cokes, and Gemma's constant excuses for being late start getting on his nerves.
I'm skint, mate. There's no money from me, I'm afraid.
Well, no point me marrying you then.
When he makes a comment about not marrying her because she says she hasn't got any money, she decides enough's enough after less than 5 minutes, and him calling her a diva is the final nail in the coffin.
Do you know what, honey? See you later. Take care, my love.
She storms out of the restaurant and leaves him to drink in peace.
Absolute bellend.
Number 1, Samuel Preston. Don't go on a panel show full of comedians if you're not prepared to have the mick taken out of you. This was a lesson Preston from the Ordinary Boys learnt the hard way during his brief appearance on Mind the Buzzcocks.
Preston was worried it would alienate hardcore Ordinary Boys fans, but luckily neither of them were in the country. Or existed.
As soon as Simon introduces him and makes a joke about nobody listening to the Ordinary Boys, it's clear he's no fun. Things take a turn for the worst when Simon gets out a copy of Chantel Horton's autobiography who was Preston's wife at the time, and starts reading it.
The Paris Hilton work was a low point for me. It wasn't what I wanted to be doing, and on top of that, it caused me some real problems with my hair.
After he walks off, the rest of the gang can't help but lay into him.
Oh no, Preston,
No,
come
no,
on.
I'm seriously going home.
Preston, we're having fun. Come on, Preston. Oh no, we can't lose Preston.
I guess he thought he's been voted out.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.